Every human being needs to know this, and I'll explain why in a bit. But first of all, what is the mind-body connection? Simply put, it's the connection between our two main intelligences, the relationship between our mind and our body. So let's take each one of those in turn. Firstly, our mind. I'll refer to this as our thinking brain. Why? Well, because it does a lot of thinking. This is what we would refer to as our intellect. Possibly if you heard someone say, oh, that person's really clever or she's really smart, they're usually talking about the ability of their thinking brain, their intellect. And the thinking brain is amazing. It's a number cruncher, it's a problem solver, it's a prediction machine, and it's also the dominant voice when it comes to our intelligences. Now, what is the language of our thinking brain? Thoughts. Let's take our second main intelligence, our body or emotional brain. Why do I call it that? Well, because the language of the emotional brain is emotions, sensations, and symptoms, which we'll come back to in a bit. Now, this is primarily made up of our gut, our heart, and part of our brain as well. And perhaps you've heard of such things as, oh, I was heartbroken. My heart was full. Or when it comes to our gut, go with your gut. Go with your gut instinct. What does your gut tell you about this? You know, my gut tells me to pass on this. Or perhaps you've had that sickening feeling deep in your core and you just feel like someone's kicked you in the gut. Well, this is your emotional brain communicating. Now, when the thinking brain and emotional brain are working well as a team, well, then that is a healthy mind-body connection. But let's get to our second main question. Why is it so important that we know about the mind-body connection? Simply put, when there is a disconnect between our thinking brain and our emotional brain, when that mind-body connection is broken, symptoms of illness can follow. Possibly this is your story at the moment, or you know of ones that have expressed this, that you go to the doctors, you've had all the tests, you've had all the blood tests and the scans, etc., and they all come back that you're fine. If you just go by the test results, you're fine, but you don't feel fine. Perhaps you're experiencing such symptoms as ME, CFS, fibromyalgia, chronic pain, IBS, long COVID, the list goes on. Could it be that there is a mind-body connection aspect to this? If a sufficient amount of time has passed, if the test results are coming back that you're fine, could it be something else? Well, while you contemplate that, let's just look at the importance of the mind-body connection through the heart. There is a neural motorway or highway going from our heart to our brain. The heart sends more information to the brain than the brain does to the heart. Now, just sticking with that illustration, how do you feel when you're on a motorway or a highway and there's a traffic jam? Now, typically when we're stationary, that's a peaceful, chilled time, right? But do you feel peaceful in a traffic jam? No, you're kind of sat there stressed thinking like, oh, you know, how long is this going to last for? Am I at the start of the traffic jam or am I right at the back? Are there any signs telling me what's going on? Let me check the radio, and I better check my mirrors as well, just in case emergency services or a motorbike comes past. Are people going up that slip road there? Maybe. It's a stressful time, isn't it? In the same way, imagine that all that information is coming up from the heart and then there's a traffic jam, there's a roadblock. And the body is suddenly now like, what's happened? Why is flow stopped? All these emotions, sensations, all this information, these car-shaped neuropeptides, not scientifically accurate, they're stuck. they can't go any further. And what happens is the body feels stressed, and suddenly it's looking around thinking, well, how long is this going to last for? Is there a problem? Will there be some emergency services going past? And your whole body just starts to hum and buzz. I can actually feel it in my fingers just describing it. So it's stressful. It's stressful. So the emotional brain is becoming stressed. The nervous system is feeling a bit overloaded and wondering what's going on. Why are these emotions being suppressed? What's the blockage here? But also the thinking brain is affected, because the thinking brain would be receiving all of this information from our emotions and sensations, and it would use that information as part of its number crunching to build these scenarios to help us make an informed decision that is in harmony with our body's needs. But now it's almost like going off and buying a flat packed wardrobe. You get home and find half the instructions are missing. That's not a good afternoon. In the same way, the brain is trying to work with half the information. So it just goes into logical mode, maybe like a mission mode, tick list, almost robotic in a way. Just let's get things done, but without that vital information from the emotions. Now, if any of this resonates with you and you're thinking, do you know what, maybe some of the symptoms I'm getting right now are because of a mind-body disconnect. Well, if so, please know you're not alone. So many of us have been there. If you would like to see if a bit of coaching, a bit of support can help you improve your emotional health, improve your energy, then please feel free to get in touch at manganmbr.com. Hope you found this interesting. There's some other videos here you might enjoy. I don't know what I'm pointing at. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.